Okay, welcome to the Power Carving Wood Spirit and Cottonwood Bark series. I'm Kevin from Sticks and Stones Wood Carving. Of course, you already know that. What we're going to do is talk a little bit about workflow here today. I have a piece of cottonwood bark here, and we've already covered debarking it with an Arbortech in the first series of videos, and now we're going to get into more detail, okay, and actually carve a whole piece straight through with power and mix some hand tools in with it. Right here's a piece of cottonwood bark. I just got a little board set up with a dust collector underneath. If you don't have a dust collector, you can do this outside. Alright, just run an extension cord and let the wind blow the dust away. Wear a mask. Alright, and of course you want to wear protective gear on your hands and whatever to keep you from getting cut. This right here is another one of the burrs. I have it in my Fordham. Okay, this is a cylinder. It's a Typhoon burr, very important, alright? It's about medium grit. Doesn't take much to get the, you have coarse, you have medium, you have fine. Doesn't take much to get cottonwood bark off, alright? The rough surface of the bark anyway, okay? This will cut through this like butter, and it makes a huge, huge difference in speed when you power carve these boys. Okay, now I can take all that off with my chisel. I can take it off with my Arbortech, and we'll cover how to take bark and in cottonwood bark or in even oak. All right, we'll use other tools in these videos, all right, on the site to show you guys how to do that in the power carving series. But what we're going to do today is use the Fordham. You can use a Dremel too, or a die grinder if you have one. These are 1/4 inch shank. You probably need a die grinder or a Fordham. And we're going to take the bark off. Then we're going to start carving it with other power tools. Alright, now when I turn the video back on, I'm going to pause it here, go to the next video, because I'm going to turn the dust collector on. I don't know how good you're going to hear me, and I'll show you how quick and easy we can just get the bark off of this with this cylinder bit, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. That cuts right through there. Now, you have to have safety goggles on. This stuff will fly all over. Right? It's also going to be very dusty. Wear a mask even though you have a dust collector. Okay? Won't take long. Get that rough surface off with those bits. I highly recommend keeping it away from your fingers. Wear a glove. I know I don't have one on here. I do not recommend that for you. Wear a glove. These bits are not forgiving as far as skin or wood goes. Spaced off, ready to start carving. We'll go to the next step. I'll shut the dust collector off. We'll draw our dimensions on about how we want this guy to look, and we'll take it from there. Cottonwood bark is about a 3-inch piece. It's pretty thick. This little Typhoon bit made it real easy for me to start off that piece of wood and get it ready for carving. Okay, we'll see you for the next step in the next video. Okay, here I have the cottonwood bark faced off. Now I got to figure out where I want to put my dimensions for the kind of face that I want. I want to leave some bark on the outside here that kind of frames the carving, okay? And I want to leave some down here on the bottom, something or maybe run my beard into, and the whole contrast of the work will be a lot more interesting that way. So I just got a pencil out, and I'm just going to make a rough sketch. Usually I don't even do this on small pieces, but to show you guys, I'm going to start about here and draw a line straight across horizontally, right? And that's going to give me an idea of where to set up my dimensions, right? I'm going to put his eyes, or his brow line there at least, right? Then we're going to kind of, from there, go to fairly good sized nose. Just going to draw like that. Over here is going to be hair. We're going to run it up like this, I guess. And we're going to put a part in this guy's hair. So we're going to run it down like that. So that is going to be about the basic shape of the forehead. Alright, and the hair coming down. We'll run the hair up in here and take the rest of that space up. From here, I'm just going to draw kind of like a cheek coming off of that nose. These aren't going to be set in stone. Okay, and we'll decide what kind of mustache we want from there. I like big mustaches, but since this isn't too big of a piece of wood, we're going to kind of give him not too big a one. Just give myself an idea about where I want this to set up. So, now you can draw any face you want. You don't have to copy this. Just kind of giving you an idea. I just want a rough outline about where I'm going to be putting these things. So I'd say something like that. We can give them a lip or not. Right, and then down in here we'll run the hair. Alright, it's just a couple simple dimensions. This right here we're going to run across like that and dig this in. Now, we're going to go to the next bit, and I'm going to show you how easy we can use the Typhoon flare bit, alright, or even a diamond bit if you don't have the money for a Typhoon bit right now. Okay, and you can just quick dig this out. Alright, and it's not going to take us long. We're going to put the bit in our Fordham, and we'll go to the next video. Alright, and we'll start carving him out. I'll see you then. Okay, I have my hand pieces changed. I'm not going to run the dust collector for the first part, so it's going to get a little dusty in here for me. But I want you guys to be able to see and hear what I'm doing. Alright, this very first line right here, alright, I'm going to take my Typhoon bit, or any power bit that I can make a groove with, alright, even a V-tool if you don't have the power tools, and I'm going to go straight across. That's all I did. See that? Okay. From there, I'm going to outline the side of the hair. Sweep it off to the side there, come up again. See, so we went up in here and went down, went up in there and went down. Okay. I'm trying to see if you guys can see this in the light that I have. I'll move them back a little bit and try and tilt them up. Alright, we're going to go underneath the nose. Just like so. The next one, if I get in the way with my hand or whatever and you can't see, I'm going up in here and I'm just coming down the sides of the nose just like that. Okay. Let's see if we can get you a view of that. So far so good. Okay. Now I'd like to be able to move the camera angle because I want you guys to be able to see this with light. So I think I'm going to pause a bit here and then put the camera on the other side of me so I can actually carve and not have the camera in my way and you guys can see without my arm in the way. Okay, so go to the next vid and we'll take it from there. Okay, that should be a little bit better. We can see. I'm gonna have them set up on a little block here so they actually, you guys can see them a little better. Okay, and the camera there. I'll make sure you have no problem seeing what I'm doing. If I hold them, it's just I don't have the leverage to push the tool in, and we want to keep it fairly still. Okay, we're just going to do that mustache now, and we're going to come from the edge of the nose and straight down on this side. Okay, and then I'll turn around and do it on the other side. Okay, but this side you can see very clear. So let's start up our bit. See that groove? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. That's all I'm doing. Just following that pencil line that I drew, okay? I like to bring the cheeks out, so right from under the nose and over into the hairline, I'm going to cut that cheek out. And just kind of a small circle and go up. See that? Right here, just went like that. A little bit. Same on this side. And he's got two cheeks. We're going to do the other side of the mustache. Now we're going to undercut the bottom of the mustache. As you can see, it doesn't take long for him to start shaping up. Okay, I'm trying to keep him in the light. It's kind of hard because my tripod's not too high, and I'd rather have a downward view, so I got to kind of slant him back so you guys can catch the light and see what I'm doing. So I'm going to have to adjust this setup for you. But we can see very clearly this bit has no problem, this bit, cutting through this wood. Right? We can smooth all this out with our other tools, but if you want to rough out a wood spirit with cottonwood bark, you just have the two main pieces that are going to improve your speed 100%. Right? If you rough it out with a big bit or an Arbitec or a Lancelot blade, you can do it with chisels if you want, but if you want to make a lot of money and you want to make a lot of carvings, I recommend you get a couple of power tools that you can use. All right? Either the Typhoon bits in a die grinder or a Fordham, which I'll explain in the next couple videos, which is what I'm using here. There's a Fordham handpiece that attaches to a Fordham. Alright, and you're really gonna improve the speed in which you do these things. And let's face it, in carving, time is money. Alright, you can put 25 to 35 of these out a week if you make 5 of them a day. And which really isn't hard. I mean, if you were working 8 hours a day on carvings, you could probably do 10 a day. That's how quickly you can make them. If I wasn't stopping and teaching, I'd just be zipping through this with my dust collector on. I usually buzz one out, throw it to the side, buzz another one out, throw it to the side, buzz one another, and I'll make 8 or 10 of them. You can see the ones in the back here. You know, they're just all, you see them all over my bench. They're just, I just crank them out, all right? And then I'll set them up. I'll do the detailing on them. I'm making a mess at the moment, but I'll detail them out with a couple of power tools and get some chisels at the end and clean them up, and they look all hand carved, nice sharp cuts. Take them up to the flea market, sell them all one day, or put them all on eBay. Okay, and that's how you want to do it. That's how you want to make your living. You're not trying to spend 40 hours on this and trying to get, you know, $400 for a little piece of wood that somebody else like me will carve it in 10 minutes. All right, so these are the secrets that carvers don't tell you that I'm trying to get you to understand. There's no reason that you can't make money at it, but you have to have a workflow, and that's what we're trying to do here. All right, so we're gonna stop the video here. I'm gonna try and get a better setup so you can see better, and we'll go to the next video, and we'll start working on him a little bit more, and we'll put some hair around him and everything else. Okay, and put his beard in. See you next bit. Okay. Now our next step in this little cottonwood piece is to take out up in here, alright? So I'm just going to get my bit here. Same bit. I haven't changed bits yet. We're just going to run right across up in there and start bringing out some of that hair. I might dig out the mustache here a little bit more, okay? And maybe form a little bit of a mouth here. So I'm just going to let you watch for now. And we'll see how good you can see. I'm just going to come up in here first. I'm going to use the same plain bit, right? See how much that really takes that out? Right, makes a world of difference there, right? We already got the cheeks cut out. I'm going to just touch this cheek up here for a second. Right. Going to take the mouth down right here, underneath the mustache. We're just going to take some wood out there. Okay. Now up in here is where we're going to put our hair. And we'll run our chisel through here. Okay, after we gouge that out, we'll make it a little smoother and stuff. For now though, I want to take the rest of the mustache out, right here. And we're going to give him some beard line. We'll go right in the bark here. You can always whack that bark off. Clean them up and shake them as you go. Okay. Yeah, starting to shape up. We're starting to see about what we want. We're going to get a little more defining down in here. Over here. It's about time to turn the dust collector on. I'm making a mess here. Just want to make sure you can see and hear what I'm doing. Yeah, this is an experiment, this first set of videos. I'll probably be doing these outside more than anything, I think. Just so I don't have to use the dust collector and you guys can hear me. Now you see how we just started all our grooves. We got them pretty well shaped out. We can go to a ball then and smooth everything up. But I'm going to do one last thing with this flame bit, and that's going to be to put his lip in there, right? And we'll give him a mouth. So we're just going to run it under here. Right? Put a hole in the center there. And now he's ready to get the steel ball out and smooth them out. And then we'll take it from there. With the ball, we'll clean up some of the pieces of bark on the side here and round everything off. Then we'll start seeing what we have, and we'll detail them out from there. Okay, so that'll be in the next vid. Okay, once we get to this stage, we're going to want to round off everything and smooth it out before we can put our detail on. And what I'm going to use right here is, this is a ruby carver. Ruby carver, this is a flame shape ruby carver. Okay, you can buy the bits one at a time or in sets. Okay, I have it in my Fordham outside. It's a lot easier for you guys to see. And all I'm going to do is go around the carving and smooth out the carving before I put detail on. This flame shape got a point on it, so I can actually dig in and give myself some lines too, like a B tool. This is a big one. A smaller one would make more V-shaped lines. I'm going to use it mostly to smooth out the carving and get it ready for more detail. So here we go. Just gonna put everything at once over to round it up. It's a great bit for cleaning up, and you don't want to take a lot of wood off. Right, so as you can see how that works is it's a smoothing bit. Alright, it's not going to take a lot of wood off. I'm not really going to do the whole thing and show you guys here and waste tape. What I'm going to do is go around the carving with it, smooth everything down, and then we'll go to the next step, which is detailing. Now what I wanted to tell you is if you don't have a ruby carver, you can go to 220 here, alright, or you can get the steel ball and put it in your Dremel, alright, the ball cutter that we did on other videos. Okay, so I'm going to go over this whole thing, smooth them all out, and then we'll put detail on them. Maybe we'll try another bit so you guys can see the small flame shaped bit, and we'll do detailing with that in the next video. Okay, here I switched to a small ruby carver. It's flame shaped, this way I can put some grooves in his mustache with it. I can run around and deepen these lines that we shaped the beard out with. This is after you get your steel ball out and you smooth the carving over, right? You have them fairly smooth. You can use this bit kind of like a V tool, alright? So I'm just going to go around. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see, but I want you to know why and how I'm using it, okay? Let's put right here. Like to deepen those lines using this bit, right? And like I say, you can go around the whole carving with it and just detail them out with just this little bit, okay? Make sure that you can see that. That's a flame shape. Alright, so I'm going to go around the carving and I'm going to put all the little grooves in his mustache just like I would using a V tool. And anywhere I want to get some lines, I'm going to use this bit, and I'm going to go around my carving. No, really not much to explain here. It's just pretty much doing what you would do using a B tool, only we're using power instead. Okay? So I'm going to shut the video off. I'm going to go around, put all the lines in, and then when I come back, we'll sand them up and see what else we have to do about putting eyes in them and the finishing touches. See you next bit. Okay, going around with the diamond flare bit. Alright. And I did all the beard hair and stuff like that. Alright, same thing that we're doing. This is the bit I used again, right? It's a diamond and it's flare. A diamond flame. I'm sorry, I keep saying flare, but I mean flame. Now flame, like I said, makes a cut, kind of like a bead tool. Okay. Now what we're going to do is focus on the eyes here, so you guys have, sorry about that, a good idea of how to do those. And we're going to use our knife. I'm going to really zoom in here and see if we can get you a good shot of what I'm about to do. Alright, what I like to do once we have the eyes in, or him ready for eyes, is get my knife. Okay, and I'm just going to make a lower eye. This right here, people think these are his eyelids. They're really not. Those are eyebrows. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to show you from on this side here. We're going to dig it in, and we're going to make the eyelid. Alright, we're just going to come across. I'm going to do it lefty so you can see just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take, you want that a little bit rounded there. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take some wood out from underneath that cut. Don't mind my arm. Now that you saw what I did with my knife, I can get my arm in the way there to finish, because it's kind of tough at this angle for me to do it. I'm trying to stay out of the camera. Okay. And that's all we're doing there. Right, now we're going to do the same thing on this side. Dig it in. Figure out about where I want. Usually you draw these in with your pencil first. I'm going to make my stop cut. And then take a little bit of wood out from underneath there up to that line. Okay. And these will be his eyelids. And if you have to run it and get through again, that's what you do. Okay, I'm going to deepen this one here for a minute. I like to get deeper in that corner there. And then I'm going to shave underneath here, so it's nice and flush. Okay. It's going to be easier for us to form an eye. So take some wood out underneath. Like so. Okay, now what we're going to do from there is we're going to start the corners. These we're going to start with our knife. I'm just going to take the knife, put it in about there. Okay. Make a cut. Same here. Make a cut. Okay, we're going to pop that chip out. Okay. Now up here I have my cut go a little too high, so we're going to have to clean that up again with that little ruby carver. I'm sitting at an angle here. Do the same thing on this side. Make a cut. Two. Alright, that's the cut. It's a V cut. And then you should be able to just pop the chip out. Clean it up as you go. Okay? That simple. And we did this before in other videos where you could take one of the small micro gouges, alright, with a nice sweep on it, nice U shape. Come here, take a chunk out, take a chunk out. Alright, I like to show it with the knife because sometimes people don't have a micro gouge. but that's how you do it with the micro gouge. Same thing on this side. Since we have the gouge, I'll do this one with the gouge. Just one chip, one there. Come in from the top, scoop out some wood there. Starts forming that rounded surface on either, keep it high in the middle, you know, and the corners are dug and sunk in. So that give me that eyeball shape starting. Okay. Now the same gouge I'm going to take, I'm going to dig it in, give it a twist, try and get up underneath that lid that we made with our knife, and just make a hole. And on this side, make a hole. We're going to pop those holes out with our detail knife. Pop them little chips out. Round it off a little at the top. And you can see that eye there forming now. Okay, there's his iris. Same on this side. Pop the chip out. Get it rounded up. Oops, somebody just dropped the tree. Wonder if there's any wood up there for me. What kind of tree it was, you never know. Might be able to make some carving. Okay, now right here, I like to clean this up with my knife as I go. That's all I'm doing, is running a line across the top, but I do have to clean him up just a little bit up there because he's facing an angle. He's slanted back this way, and I didn't really get it the way I wanted to. It should be straight in, but I'm trying to stay out of the camera, and he's kind of slanted, and now I got some things I have to correct, so bear with me for a minute on that left eye. His right eye, actually. I have to get my knife out here and go straight up. I'm just not getting where I have to be. Have to make his iris again. Okay, let's fix that here. Gotta come in a little more down. There we go. Okay, we can pop those out now. Should look a lot more what I'm going for here. Okay. You guys see that okay? Good. Now I like to sand them up a little bit with a little bit of 220 first. Try and, like where that chip broke out here, take a little corner of 220 and try and clean that up. What's nice about cottonwood bark is it doesn't take much to clean up with sandpaper. You just want to, don't sand too much because you'll lose everything that you carve. Sand it right away. Take all the detail that you just worked on all that time and put on. I could leave them like that, or I could put some V-tool lines underneath them here. I'm just trying to stay out. I'm going to run my V-tool. I know my arm is in the way, but you can see what I did there. I'm just running from across. But you can go from the bottom to the corner, which is the best way to do it, and then come back down to the bottom and go up to the other corner. Now he's got two eyes there. We can round those off later. And what we're going to do to finish this guy off is pretty much just run that V-tool through all of those grooves. If I want more depth, got to run through all the grooves on the beard and everything, the hair that I already have there. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to be stepping on my foot pedal there, and my fordham starts. It's just going to be a matter of deepening all these little grooves now, if I want them to pop a little more. A little bit more with the V-tool in spots. And we pretty much have our wood spear done. can see how fast you can form these. Playing with the hand tools afterwards to deepen everything is optional. I mean, I could have just put the eye holes in them, sanded them up, round them off a little bit, and be done. Or you could take more of these tools and make every line that you have deeper with more hand tools like the V tool. Give it a shadow. There we have a power carved cottonwood bark wood spears. Ready to sell. Move them around here so you can see them. And there you go, end of project 1.